the scene.
Yeah. Welcome to Ladies Who Jazz, where each month I interview Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and it's the first subway stop out of Manhattan. I've kind of lived in this area for the last 10 years and really just love the neighborhood. I've seen it change just because that's how New York is, but it's really vibrant. There's people of all ages from around the world just doing their thing, you know, whether it be art or business or anything, and it's just a very inspiring place to be.
And yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of gypsy jazz going on in Brooklyn. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a really great scene. I'd say there's probably about 30 dedicated players. One of them being Stefan Rumbel, and him kind of being the arbiter and just this amazing player. But the music of gypsy jazz has really taken off, and it's really wonderful. And for the most part, a lot of people really love it here, and you're able to find gigs and play.
Yeah. How did you get your first gigs here?
Oh, well, you know, it's a really interesting question. I started playing rock guitar, so I've just booked my bands and did a lot of emailing, and then when I started playing gypsy jazz, I kind of just took those booking skills and started emailing restaurants in various venues, and it's just a matter of asking and putting yoururself out there. And
okay, so it works.
Yeah.
And you started to play what style?
Oh, I started playing like indie or post-punk rock music, and I did that for about 10 years, and maybe we should wait for the siren. There's always something.
There it goes. I got it.
All right. A true New York moment.
Yeah. So nobody has to doubt whether we're really in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I started playing rock music, but then about 3 or 4 years ago, I really just fell in love with gypsy jazz. A big reason why I had to switch over is I developed tinnitus, which was ringing of the ears.
Yeah.
I saw, after many years of playing loud music and seeing very loud rock shows, I got...
think it's because of that?
Oh, for sure, for sure. So it took me about a year to just get myself back together and realize that I could still play music again. And a friend came over and, just like you, showed me what minor swing was, and I just instantly fell in love. And in a lot of ways, it just gypsy jazz kind of brought me back, because it made me realize I could still love and play music and continue doing it. I really love the song Blues in Manure right now. Yeah, there's just something really...
because the way it sounds, or because what you can do with it when you play?
Both. I think the melody is just absolutely beautiful. And even though, you know, it's essentially a blues progression, and that's kind of the origins of jazz.
Yeah,
you know, the origins of jazz with the blues, but within that chord progression, you could do so much melodically or harmonically, and it just gives you a lot of freedom to do whatever. But I also love playing, you know, standards like There Will Never Be Another You, because there's so many chord changes, and you just have to walk the path, and you'll arrive, you know. It's just...
Do you prefer a tune with a lot of chord changes, or a tune with a kind of simple structure that you can freely, you know, improvise over? What do you prefer?
Oh, I like them all. I really do.
I can never come to a clear answer.
Yeah.
Oh, we like everybody and everything. I'm the same.
I mean, I think there's beauty and variety, and if you hear something all the time, you know, it can get to be a little repetitive.
Yeah.
So it's great to play songs in a set, or just in your practice you play something in 4/4 or 3/4 and something really fast and something really slow. Have something mid-tempo and have it really varied. I think will keep you and the audience interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have this blog. I watch it and I really like it. I like the way you do things. It's really professional and very nice. It's called Ladies Who Jazz, and so I had the honor of just being interviewed for that. Thank you. It's very fun.
Thank you for being on it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so much fun. What made you start this blog?
Oh, well, having played jazz and going to the jam sessions, and then going to Django in June a couple of years ago, I just noticed that there weren't a lot of women playing instruments. They're amazing singers.
Yeah.
They're incredible singers, but actually people playing an instrument, playing guitar or bass or clarinet or something, those were in the low numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And also wanting to find out about other players and just my curiosity of like, what is their story? How did they get to where they are now? Really sparked me to want to start Ladies Who Jazz, and to give them that visibility, but also to tell their story, and for me to ask them nerdy questions like what are they practicing, and what's going on with them, how does their creative process.
Yeah.
So that's something that for me, I live in New York City. There's so many amazing musicians here that and people coming through as well. Like for instance, you're coming and visiting from Amsterdam, so I just thought it would be a great opportunity to start and do it.
Yeah, I understand. So, what are you practicing?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a great question. I'm practicing waltzes right now.
Ah, okay.
Just because.
What's the challenge in playing a waltz? It's the whole thing, the fact that it's a waltz is what you mean, or is it just new tunes that you're learning?
They're both. I mean, playing in 3/4 is an odd meter.
Yeah.
Anything out of 4/4 is an odd meter for me, at least.
I didn't know that.
I mean, it's a different feel. It's a different sway. And the melodies are phrased a little bit differently because you only have 3 beats per bar.
Yeah.
And since I kind of started playing straight ahead jazz, I knew a lot of my foundation was more in straight ahead tunes, but to learn waltzes in kind of the style of gypsy jazz. And then really those songs are taken up from like traditional European folk songs as well. So to kind of for me to focus on that right now is something I really wanted to do.
But in you call it straight ahead jazz? Is that what you call it in English? Straight up jazz?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead jazz.
Yeah.
Don't you have to deal with odd numbers there as well, like 5, 8?
Absolutely, absolutely, sure, definitely.
That's what I like about
jazz.
jazz.
Definitely. But I guess I should be more specific and just kind of focusing more on gypsy jazz waltzes right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of your focus. And like you asked me as well, indeed, struggling. Is there something you struggle with as a musician, or?
Oh, I think as you were talking about time management.
Yeah.
Life happens as we all get older. We all get busier for whatever
funny,
reason.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't understand how people get bored. How do they do that? They should teach me.
Definitely, and then just kind of keeping that as a priority of carving out that practice time.
Yeah.
And then also having, for me, just a regular gratitude of every day. Like I get to play.
Yeah.
That's really the most important thing for me, is just, wow, I have the physical and mental ability to play this guitar right now. I feel really grateful for that.
I think that's a super ending to this video. Thank you.
Okay,
very much.
yeah.
We are going to play a song that I just wrote, and I wrote the lyrics in Romanes, and I will explain later what the lyrics mean. And it's very exciting for me because I only did it at home and I could hardly play it myself. But now Lisa has my big support and we're going to do it.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah, here we go.
Tu Hal Kei, Tu Hal